G'day lovely people, welcome back to Nat's Knackers Yard. This will be my Knackers Yard, and this won't be. Now I've been a cheeky bastard because it's raining, and a mate of mine moved out recently. The house is still empty. It's mid-sale, but he's lent me his key. So, I'm in the dry, and I've got a noisy bastard. So this is a Lex Moto Tempest. Now, if anyone's jumped in just to see a Tempest, you might notice something different with this, and that's the tank. It's black rather than red that they all come in. No service history, but there is some history, because while I was chatting with a guy last night and saying about oh, wrong, sorry, let's give the story. This is the Piaggio Ex-Evo part exchange. So chuck me a bit of money, give me this in exchange for the Ex-Evo. Basically, he lives in Islington, and he's on a L plate, and he just couldn't get on with gears. Knows how to use them and stuff, but it just wasn't for him. So he wanted something gearless, hence the desire for the Piaggio. He had this, he's never really got on with it, haven't really ridden it. So I took it, and while we were chatting and saying about, you know, local mechanics and this, that and the other, I happened to mention the motorcycle rescuer who is in the same sort of area as him. He went, oh no, I reckon, yeah, I bought this from him. So we've got an accidental channel crossover. This is a motorcycle rescuer bike. This is one of it's one of Charlie's. So it's not looking too bad. I mean, starts on the button, there's no real problems. I say starts on the button, it's a little bit lazy, but I think that's battery more than anything else. It starts on the button. Did a second ago. I don't know if I need the clutch held here. Sat still for ages, but it's a nice noise. Anyway, too noisy. It has got an alarm on it. The two fobs I've got, but the brackets are broken. You know, the hoop to attach it to your keys are broken. So I think I'm just going to take it off. Is the only real thing that I think I'm going to do with it. It needs a clean up. It's got a really quite bad puncture in the rear tyre, which means I can't really test ride it. Although I rode it from my back garden to here. After a lot of air in the tyre, and I'll jump into a quick upload of that now. So a good example of an inner tube leaking, and thank you rain for confirming what I already knew. Just trying to put enough air in it to push it away. Yeah, definitely, and unfortunately it is a tube tyre because it's spoked. Because I can't fix that. Well, I probably could, but frankly I'd rather chuck it to somebody to do it rather than just around unbeading and rebeading tyres. And you can tell it's a good puncture when you can physically see the pressure leaving. Right, so tyres knacked. Well, the tyre isn't knacked. They are tubed. It's a spoke rear wheel. It's more likely to be tubed, but this one is. I could probably do that, but frankly, I can't be bothered messing around with beading, de-beading, etc. I think I mentioned it a second ago. So I need wheel off, and I'll take it to a place and get that sorted. Maybe today, probably not today. I've got, as I put in my last upload, Mrs. is in uni today, so I've got to do all the kids stuff. So yeah. Right, so what I'm going to do is a quick look-see over. I can't remember how to get the seat off, so I'll have to have a play. But the only bit that's really struck me is missing a bolt out of the rear mudguard / license plate hanger. I mean, that's a simple fix, but I'm going to take that off so I can get the rear wheel out, if nothing else. And while I luxuriate in an empty garage, but working in the dry, without having to remove any other stuff from my garage. But, you know, I've only got it for, well, he said a week, but it's probably going to be 2, let's face it. The only bit that really struck me was pushing it out of the van and getting it out, and everything was really hard, and I thought it was just because the tyre was so flat. But it wasn't. Yeah, it's still in shot. It is the brake, the rear brake, and it catches on the guard of the exhaust. So what? I could whip a bit out of the exhaust, but I think that's there for a reason. I'll be careful. I have been running it. It is warm, but not hot. It covers the bulge, so I think I might have to increase the bend on that slightly by 5mm. Say only by 5mm, which might just bring that out far enough that it's not catching, because it was wedged. There we go, underneath the guard, which is neither big nor clever. But yeah, I mean, aside from that, it's really not that. There's really very little wrong with it. There's the old scratch. It's not as pristine as it was when it left Charlie's place with a brand spanking new tank. But it's a functional 125. I mean, and quite a cool one as well. I actually quite like the look of it. Yes, it's Chinese. It is not going to last 40 years. But frankly, that's not why you buy a Chinese bike, is it? They're good little runarounds for when they are, or for as long as they are. My frame is pissed. There we go. He's had it laid up for a while, as you can tell. No bike particularly likes hanging around unused for a while. Chinese bikes even less so. Oh, he's been to the Ace Cafe. Oh no, you never have. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can work out to get the seat off, have a look at the electrics, get that back wheel off, see if I can see when I can get that sorted. Right, I'll be right back. Right, a bit of bike bondage. I've got it on the front stand. I went to put it on the back stand, but with this slightly ridiculous exhaust, the only place I can get my stands, they're in the way of the bolts. So I hoiked it up and on the stand slung it from the rafters, and that will do. I've got it nice and reasonably low. So whip the mudguard hanger off. The little mark on there, that is on 4. It's quite slack, I have to say. You can see I've got, it's rested on the tyre, but there's no weight on it. I've got a hammer here. Ain't got a hammer. Right, need to get rubber. Come back. Right, so we have a washer. Space has just dropped through. That's fine. So it goes now. So you remember thick side out. So the other one's set up anyway. Wash through and wash on to the side. Trying to work out that spacer before I lose it. Might have to. I'll just put all this shit back together so I don't lose it more than anything else. Keep it in the right order. I'm going to have to whip that brake off. Keep it orientated the same way there. Get the chain off this side first, that gives me a little bit of freedom. I really want to drop it on the floor, but I haven't really got anything to catch it on. Let me clean up the floor. That's just hooked on there. I suspect it would be bolted on. That's cool. Right, let's wheel out. Let's have a quick look at this while we're here. Brake caliper looks perfect. Let me drag you in. Caliper's perfect. Pistons are absolutely fine. There is absolutely naff all on those brake lines. Now this has only got 3,000 miles on it. He says, is it miles? It is miles. Sure if you're going to be able to see me. Master zoom. 3,500 miles. So I think they're new pads. Right. I'll sort Kiddie out at club. See if I can find somewhere that does inner tubes at short notice. Okay then, back from club, dropped off one kid. I've called my local tyre plats. He's got the tube but no one in the workshop today, which is a shame, so I'm not going to get it done today. Which is a piss. It would have been lovely to get all this done in one day. Never mind. Postman's been. Not sure how much you're going to. In fact, let me turn the camera around. Postman's been. I've got me Doghouse Customs shirt. I'll get off screen again. I don't like being on screen. Yeah, so I've got my shirt, which is good. Now, for those that aren't following, and I can't imagine why on earth you wouldn't, Doghouse Customs, who is basically the daddy of YouTube, in my humble opinion. His channel is frankly brilliant. I got a free Allen kit. Yeah, his tube is brilliant. He's just had really quite a nasty operation to sort out his shoulder, which is putting him out of action, out of main action. He's still putting out content, but it's at the a little bit more, excuse the pun, hands off. And Matt Hudson, the garage guy, put out a bit of a semi-appeal, much to Craig's dismay, but just to keep the channel going and the cash tipping through. So I thought I'll get a t-shirt out of it as well. Craig is a good bloke, but still fundamentally a bloke, doesn't like to be a charity case, whatever, so my view was, well, it's a fair exchange then, isn't it? Goods for money, and if that money helps out Craig throughout his more difficult time, then fantastic. Plus I get a t-shirt out. And a nice one too, good size. Yeah, so if I can't get, I'll lose screws like that and then put them back in, which I think Del Boy did an entire video on once. Like people haven't thought of it themselves. Yeah, so whilst I can't get that tyre done today, the alarm doesn't work, the fobs, I haven't actually shown you one, there's like a broken fob, but I remember, well, look back at Charlie's video, and there were, yeah, so by broken, can't attach to your keys. Doesn't work. Probably would if I chased wires and plugged it in, etc. But if I can't, you can't put that on your keys. It's pointless, in my opinion. So whilst I can't get the tyre done today, which is a shame, but that's the way these things go. If I can't get it done today, I'll do what I can do. One way or t'other. Now the place that I phoned is kind of Harrow Way, which is what, 20 minutes-ish. He's got the tube, but he's got nobody in the workshop to fit it. He gave me the number of the garage opposite, who is weirdly enough snowed under. He said I'll give us a bell at lunchtime and I'll see if I can fit it in. I mean, it's a 10-minute job, but a 10-minute job is still a 10-minute job if you've got 300 other 10-minute jobs to do. I think, basically. Do it running out of hands. So I've got air filter on the left hand side. I just want to lift it off and have a look. It's done so few miles and so little, I can't see it being an issue. I need to go and grab a screwdriver from the yard and I'll drop you back in and we can have a little bit of a live look. And I'm back. Because I can see from here that it's absolutely fine, but yeah, absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. So if I can go straight back in, it's nice and clean inside, no oil. I don't think I'll make you watch me put this back on. Yeah, I won't make you watch this. Reverse process, taking it out. Right, I'm just going to show the removal of the alarm. It's a simple plug. So, yeah. Joke. Right, I'm just going to charge up the battery in place. Now there's a little bit of wiring carnage gone on, but that's because if I remember the video from Motorcycle Rescuer, they were pissing around to get the back working, which is fine. I mean, it all works. However, I've got, you know, a tagged in wire there, and I think it all comes back to when they got it, somebody had spliced in the alarm badly rather than just plug it in, so there was more splicing in here that I don't feel the urge to cock around with, because fundamentally it works. So I'm just going to get to the battery first, I think. Let's remove that and just see if we still get start up. Oh, can't reach the ignition. So whatever that wire is, it's not needed. That, I mean, you can see why it's getting, there's a really dodgy connection on the live there. But I think what I'll do is just put a proper connector on there and tag it on anyway. Right, it still needs more charging, but I've sorted out that cable. I want to start chucking the sides and the seat back on. Well, I'll leave the seat off because I'll leave it charging for a while. I just thought I want to check whether or not it's getting charged as it's going. So bike's on. Seems to be. That charger's hoiked up since it's been revving. Seems to be. I would have hoped for more, but yeah, don't know. Right, I'm going to pull all the bits back together and then move on to that brake pedal. Well, that was easier than I thought. Effectively, this the bolt on the pivot for the brake pedal was cranked in too far and it was pulling the brake across. So I've loosened it off a little bit, and then if you look at this was on upside down. It was on the wrong way round, so I've now got clearance. It's not catching. It can't catch because it doesn't go down underneath it anymore because these holes aren't central. Let me just whip it off because I want to just chuck it under the polisher for a second and see if I can get rid of that scratch line or reduce the scratch line. I wouldn't necessarily get rid of it, but I'll show you what I mean more specifically. So I'm glad I looked before I got brutal with that pedal. So the holes aren't in the middle, they're offset. So it's designed to go under, and when it was that way, it was leaving a leading edge that it was catching underneath. So let's see if I can clean that off a little bit and I'll chuck it back on. Okay then, that's on. I've got rid of the worst of the scratch, so you can still see it, but frankly, only if you're looking directly for it. There you go, it physically can't catch underneath there anymore, even with a push. So that's safe, which is a good thing. I wonder if I can get rid of it. That looks like the heel of somebody's shoe. It was quite a big guy, a big lad that was on it. Yeah, check out other stuff, bits and pieces. Okay, I think the only thing left is, it's really hard to show on even with the engine running, that bulb is not on, the main bulb, the dip bulb is. If I go full B, so I think that is blown. I need to dig into it to have a look. Now, unfortunately, I think I've got to take this frame bit off to get to the bulb. It looks great, a bit of a pain in the butt, and it does look great, I have to admit. Right. Right, so I've managed to get everything off. Power on. It's not flipping between main light and side light, and I get the flash working, but it's the main bit that isn't. Looking at the bowl, let me just turn off the power before I start grabbing electrics. It's going to be difficult for you to see, but I think it is burnt out. I'm going to see if I've got anything quickly, because I am running out of playtime, and see what we got. I very much doubt it. Okay then, so domestic duties have trumped playtime, unfortunately. That bulb is blown, I can see it. I don't know if I can get you to see it. Just below that, looks like a baseball cap. The spring isn't connected. Coil, I suppose. So, shopping list. Obviously, inner tube and tyre, tyres off, wheels off, ready for whenever I can get that done, but hopefully some point midweek. I don't need any brake pads. I will drop the oil. I'll probably do it tomorrow. I probably won't film it because it's just dropping oil, but just change the oil out. I have given it the dipstick. There's enough in there. It's just a bit dark, so why the hell not? I've got a load of 1040 anyway, which I'm assuming it takes, but I'll check. Need a bulb. I certainly need a brake lever. However, looking onto the side, I've only got one mirror. I've probably only got one mirror because it looks like it's snapped off there. Or the other side now. If I'm going cheap, I could just tidy that up and chuck some black on it. Nobody would ever know. And change that lever. Or I could just change the lever, change that one. Pair of mirrors, jobs of fish. I don't know, I'll have a think over a beer this evening. But, battery's fully charged, connected properly. Not a lot wrong with this. Nothing that a bit of spit and polish won't sort out, I don't think. Once I've got that wheel sorted. That'll do me. Hopefully another quick one. I'm really just putting off doing what I need to do with the other bikes. Yeah, jobs of fish. Cheers all. Catch you later. Ta-da.